Hey everybody, I have started I started grading your first formal essays for the semester on the comparative rhetorical analysis between two print ads, and I have decided to stop and back up just a little bit. I've read through several, I've graded a couple of essays, and if you are one of the students whose essay has a grade attached to it, forget about that for now. I'm going to give everybody a chance to go in and do a little editing to your documents before I grade them. And I wanted to go over a few things that I'm finding common in the essays, just so you'll know sort of what I'm expecting. The first thing that I want to mention is the thesis. A thesis statement is made up of two parts. It is a statement of fact and a claim about that statement. It cannot be just one or the other. For example, if I wrote that Buick uses Buick uses Shaquille O'Neal as a celebrity endorser of their products. That's a statement of fact. There is no claim there. There can be no argument about this, right? You might turn on the television, you see Shaquille O'Neal trying to get into a Buick. Um, the claim is your understanding of why they do that. Why do they use Shaquille O'Neal as a celebrity endorser of their products? You might say to create a more up-to-date image of Buick that has long been associated with something like that. This is my rough draft. I'm doing this off the top of my head. But right, in other words, when they're using this particular celebrity, they've got somebody who's relatively young and people like the guy, and he's not, we sort of think of Buick as sort of the old stodgy car. Well, that's trying the image they're trying to get rid of. In other words, they're trying to recreate their ethos, right? That's another thing I wanted to mention. Ethos, pathos, logos. We talk about those things so that we remember to look for each of them in turn in the ads or in a text that we might be analyzing. But we don't necessarily have to use those terms, and in fact, it can come off as a little clunky when we do. When we say this company's ethos is, or the pathos is, it's just a little forced. Um, when I say something like, um, if I'm talking about an ad and that ad uses, I don't know, Justin Bieber in the advertising campaign, I don't have to say, you know, Justin Bieber's ethos is or anything like that. I would just say that Justin Bieber appeals to a younger audience, specifically young females, and I've just explained the ethos without having to use that word. So you can cover these issues without taking them one, two, three, and it becomes a little clunky and formulaic when you do that. Now, usually in an ad, one of these elements is going to predominate. It will be based mainly on ethos, or mainly on pathos, or mainly on logos. Think, for example, well, I'll go back to Buick. For a while there, they were using Tiger Woods, and often there wouldn't be a whole lot of information related attached to the ad. It would just be a picture of Tiger Woods with the Buick. Well, because they're wanting to associate themselves with this top-notch athlete who plays a sport specifically that is favored by the upper middle class and the wealthy. So by associating themselves with Tiger Woods, they were trying to create an image of themselves, recreate their own ethos to make them more appealing to people with money. I can say that without ever having to say ethos. Thesis statements. In this case, what you're going to want to do is find what the central message that comes across when you put these two ads side by side. And so you're going to have to make sure you have a statement of fact and a claim about each one, but you want to try to do it in one sentence. Like, for example, you might say, while company X promotes ease of use to target tech-wary customers, company Y focuses on the latest innovations that will appeal to experts in the field. And let's fix my typographical error. All right. While company X promotes ease of use to target tech-wary customers, company Y focuses on the latest innovations that will appeal to experts in the field, right? I say company X promotes ease of use. That's the statement of fact. I've read this ad and I can see clearly that they are pointing to how easy this is to use. I don't have to explain that this is my statement of fact. It's implicit. Same thing with the other statement of fact. The ad that I looked at focused on the most up-to-date, newest things that people want to have, like all those people who just have to have the newest, latest gizmo. So I've got a statement of fact about each ad. And why do they do it? They do it to target tech-wary customers, or they do it to appeal to experts in the field in turn. Right? So I've got this double kind of thesis that covers both statement of fact and the claim in each case. Finally, because I know this video is getting long, remember that every body paragraph in your essay needs to have a topic sentence. Topic sentence is composed the same way that you compose a thesis. It's a statement of fact plus a claim about it. A topic sentence and a thesis statement cannot include first person pronouns. No, I or me or my. It cannot include a question. It cannot include a direct quote. It cannot say, in the case of a thesis, something like, this essay will show or this essay will prove. That's a statement of fact, not a thesis. It must be a statement of fact plus a claim. And I've got you a couple of examples here. These are a couple of the larger issues that I've been seeing in the essays as I've read them. Another issue is just overly complex writing. Don't try to sound academic. Use writing that is comfortable for you, language that you are familiar with and that you are comfortable with. Relax. There's nothing, I'm not trying to trick you in any way. It's always better to be clear than to be complex. So I'm going to give everyone a chance to take another look at your document. If you submitted a link to a shared document in Google Drive, you can go back to that document and edit till your heart's content. I'm going to give you a new deadline of end of the day this Monday, September 30th. All right, that's our new deadline. If you're happy with your essay the way that it is, by all means, keep it as it is. But you have from now until Monday, September 30th to edit your document. And if you already have a grade on your essay, ignore it. And I will not look at these again until Tuesday, October the 1st. Okay? Have a good weekend.